Fiesta Latina on Jazz FM.
Jazz FM.
It's time to visit one of our countries with an expert from the company JLA Latin America.
Brazil really stands out. I suppose in a way it's got this this vibrancy that you can't really sort of put your finger on it. It's a really stunningly beautiful country, but for me I guess it's sort of the zest for life that people have that sort of really makes it stand out from anywhere else in Latin America or anywhere else in the world that I've been to. When I think about Brazil, I don't think there really is anything that's more important to Brazilians than the music, possibly football, but I mean even they go hand in hand. And I mean I suppose something like samba is something that you automatically think of because of carnival, but yeah, it's really varied. I mean, up in somewhere like I lived up in the northeast in Paraíba, and there's the folky sort of forró, which is sort of like a folky dance music, and then it goes down to frevo, which is in Pernambuco, and it's just massively varied all over. The music's really diverse. You even have somewhere like Sao Paulo, which is sort of things like the new sort of drum and boss, which is sort of old bossa nova music mixed with drum and bass beats. I mean, that's quite new, but it's really sort of changed drum and bass, I think. I mean, the thing about music in Brazil is people use it to express themselves. Even now, political broadcasts, they don't have sort of television where they have party political broadcasts. They have these huge trio eléctricos which they use during Carnival, which have bands on the top and speakers on the side and have huge bands and people dancing round. How much that sort of puts across their political message, I don't know, but it's certainly the way in which they express themselves in all walks of life throughout Brazil. The key beaches in Rio is Copacabana Beach and Ipanema, and that's sort of set. They have these stunning beaches that are surrounded by mountains. You can often see people playing football on Copacabana Beach, and they're just huge strips of hotels, but still, you know, beautiful promenades to walk along. It's kind of where all the beautiful people live, and all the beaches are sort of divided into these zones, and the trendy, popular people hang around in certain zones, and it's a really interesting place to visit. And then sort of in these surrounding mountains you have Sugarloaf, where you travel up on the cable car, like in James Bond when Jaws climbed up it, which has just spectacular views out of Rio. And then opposite that you have the Christ Redeemer statue, and all around there you can visit the different mountains and have spectacular views out of Rio. There's also Santa Teresa, which is a really nice old colonial centre, which is sort of yesteryear's grandeur, and you can take a really old carriage up there as well, which is lovely, and that's a real different scene to sort of the beach places. Brazil is enormous, and there's so much to see, and there is something for everybody. So in a couple of weeks, I mean, you could certainly see Rio, which is an incredible city. You could certainly visit the Iguazu Falls, maybe see some wildlife, the Pantanal, or even the enormous vast Amazon rainforest. And then the whole of Brazil is sort of a chain of incredible beaches from the north all the way down to the south. So, and there's also other things. You can go walking, kayaking, there's all sorts of things you can do. So it's really up to you and what you want to do. And you know, it's incredible. There's so much you could see in 2 weeks or a month or even a week. You could still see some incredible things.
Let us take you around the world to Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Peru, and Cuba. Fiesta Latina on Jazz FM.